2 new Lamborghinis added to the Crew Motorfest, one of which a new one of which a slightly older one, but 2 very cool cars nonetheless. The Centenario Roadster, Forza Horizon 3 vibes. I had to like second guess which one it was there. And in my opinion, the most interesting of the 2 editions, the Lamborghini Temerario. Temerario. It sounds kind of like a Ferrari. I don't know about the name, and I've got to be honest, that rear end is never gonna grow on me. Good God, we're getting spicy today, I tell you that. Right, 2.6 million or 371,000 on the crew credits. Make your choice. And of course, I'm going to let you know my thoughts. This is kind of extra special because I don't actually know. Are there any other games that have this car in their collection? I don't think that's the case. In case you don't know anything about this car, this is the Lamborghini Huracan replacement, and there is some controversial decisions made, but it is both an interesting car and ultimately a bit of a weird one based on the new rules that were coming into play, then changed. And this may never happen again. But anyway, we need to drive it. We need to discuss it because, my goodness, you're going to see a hell of a lot of these. This is going to be something that you see quite a lot if Lamborghinis are something you see often, like Huracans. Everyone gets a Huracan. The Huracan was so popular. Can this match it? The reason this is so controversial is mostly because the Huracan was such a great car. And to come back with another banger was always going to be kind of difficult. I actually really like the colors on this. Now, the front end is the part that I actually quite like. I think it's fine. It looks very similar to the Huracan, a little bit more simplistic, less Lamborghini-esque, but it's not something I'm going to complain about. I think it still looks pretty great. The rear end, they've clearly gone for a design that ultimately just doesn't really... it's kind of a mishmash. They're trying to make everything look very similar, and I get what they're trying to do. But it looks like it's confused. It almost looks like it was designed by many people when previously they were designed by a few. Everyone wanted a piece of like, we need this, and we just get that rear end. I don't know if I can forgive this. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna do the but everyone hates it at first. It's gonna grow on you. I don't know, but that's not the universally controversial piece. No, my friends, the universally controversial piece is that there's no customization. For God's sake, Ivory Tower, you got a new car. You are the first to do it. You got the opportunity to flex your muscles, and Lamborghini was like, no. I'm guessing it was Lamborghini. Anyway, we can come in here. Thankfully, they've got the ability to customize the wheels, so we can do that. That's nice and lovely. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe. Now, instead of the V10 in the Huracan, we've got an electric assisted V8, and that is really sad. Let's get the fitment all nice. Thanks to the new update, we can get it looking pretty spicy. Let's get a little bit of stance on there, just a little bit, not too much. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, it makes sense. When they've added the new cars, they spend a little bit more time making it work a little better. That rear end, oh, that is pretty bang on. And it is in the hypercar class, which means we've got another Lamborghini hypercar. It is not going to be the fastest. There's just no way. A hybrid V8 from Lamborghini? Rubbish! Okay, to be fair, we are going from, I didn't mention this part, from a V10 to a twin-turbo V8 hybrid. I mean, that's not so bad, but I just can't do Lamborghini without a V10 or a V12. I just can't do it. It is, of course, going to sound kind of like McLaren-y, kind of like, well, something that's not a normal V8. It's not going to sound like a big old, you know, American V8 motor. It's going to sound a little bit like this, which is fine. But when you had this previously, it's such a unique sound. It's almost like, I don't know, the way I've heard people describe it, the Huracan is kind of like having a Golf R, but from Lamborghini, which sounds like probably the best way to describe it in the world. I still really appreciate the Huracan. The Huracan, I've always heard that people preferred the Gallardo or Gallardo, whatever you want to call it. And that's fine. I absolutely get it. I think in some ways I prefer that. But ultimately, between the two, we have the same idea that this thing looks awesome. The front end is so much nicer. Like, look at that. Even though I've bashed it up. Look at that. It's sexy. You know, that's the only thing. It's just not gonna overcome this. I don't think ever. Okay, maybe not ever. You know, they do about 50 versions of the Huracans and whatever. So I have to say, it has a lot of power, a ridiculous amount of power. But it's in that weird. The lights are just. Why does the P1 look like a newer car? You know what I mean? It's a little weird. I don't know if I can really get behind it. It's something that really bothers me in this weird time, and I don't even blame Lamborghini for it. We're in that really weird time where car manufacturers were told one thing, get your overall emissions down, and then it's been pushed back and delayed and changed, and they're figuring out the rules. And I can't really say that that's, you know, a bad thing, but they're doing it so slowly, and that clearly shows that when it comes to regulation, as much as we like it, for example, the mandation of forcing USB-C on Apple, thank God they actually managed to do that. And yes, it took them like a decade to actually manage to do that. But in the case of cars, they are taking so long. And when AI, finally, they actually start to put some regulations so that, you know, AI can just eat up all the data without actually paying license holders. Maybe we should get a move on and come up with something much quicker. Because now car manufacturers are making monstrosity behemoths like this, so now people can justify their Urus, and it absolutely makes me sick. That's why I hate it the most. I've always gone, but the Urus isn't a real Lamborghini because it's got a V8. That's not a real Lamborghini unless it's like a tractor or something. Turns out now they've got an actual Lamborghini with a V8. And what I hope, I really hope, and I don't want to, you know, see someone fail or someone lose their job or someone have job cuts or a company come under, nothing like that. What I really want to see is Lamborghini that has a lot of money. I want to see a massive dent, just like Mercedes got in its soul, when people actually go, no, I don't think I will, when it comes to making the engine smaller. Because now we bullied Mercedes to the point in where they once again go back to the V8, no longer having a stupid 4-cylinder in their C63s. I don't know what the frick they were thinking, but we need to bully Lamborghini in the exact same way. Okay, not bully Lamborghini, but we need to just not with this car, all right? All of us right here today, brothers and sisters, collectively, let's agree. This car, the front looks nice, the engine not good, everything else, whatever. You can say what you will. You even need to agree on the front. Just agree with me, right? V8 worse than V10. I don't care how many turbos or how many spoolies or any combination of shit that you throw on it. A V10 is always better, okay? Let's all collectively agree. This, however, I will not be complaining about. This car is awesome, and it's a roadster version, a convertible, if you will, a T-top, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's really cool. It's over the top. It's loud. It's a proper Lamborghini. And this is one that I really like. I mean, it makes me think of Forza Horizon 3, but it doesn't have a roof. This is fantastic. I'm very happy with it. So this car I actually saw in person. This is a really cool car to see in person. It's just so ridiculous. And I think all the colors here, honestly, I guess that was the color that it kind of originally was showcased in. Kind of looks kind of boring in this game. I think, to be fair, they're a bit more accurate with the paints in this game, but I think Forza Horizon maybe did a better job. Maybe it was carbon fiber on Forza Horizon. Anyway, I'm going to keep the gray because I think that's fine. I don't want to go with one solid color because that looks a bit naff. It needs the two-tone and, you know. Right, we can customize. Oh, for God's sake. Ivory Tower, what do you even do? What's the point? What's actually the point? I can't do nothing on this car. I'm actually frustrated. Genuinely frustrated. I don't want this car. I don't care. I wanted to put a massive wing on it. No, I can't. I wanted to make the wheels kind of match the paint stuff, but it's basically impossible to do. That's something I've just realized. You should be able to do the fine-tuning color like you can on the paints. I don't understand. It's in between the yellow and orange. I don't like this yellow. This really aggressive yellow. What I really want is something like on the car. That's basically what I'm trying to say. This is not quite right, you know? This is slightly off, but it's the closest I can get. So let's do that. Just made the wheels smaller. Did you see that? What the frick? I'm not sure I like this. Sorry, let me fix that. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected, to be fair. Oh, hang on. That makes me think Bugatti, gonna be honest. We've got a nice little stripe down the middle. That's really nice, actually. And oh. Someone's got some taste here. The community are actually carrying. So the paint, you can actually do a pretty good job, it seems, with the secondary color. I feel like we need to do a breakdown like Forza did with the multiple colors. This is, once again, probably going to have the like carbon fiber effect on there. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. But overall, community's doing a pretty good job. Where does it place this in comparison, by the way? I'm kind of curious. So this goes 280 miles an hour. What do they say about the other one that's also a hypercar? I feel like it shouldn't be in the hyper. Here's a hypercar. For God's sake, can we have less hypercars? I want some real cars. Anyway. Hey, it sounds like the Lamborghini in this game. That's what it is. Who would have thought? Anyway, it's nice to see another special Lamborghini in the game. It's really disappointing that Am I interrupting you? I'm sorry. That is crazy. The special Lamborghini, no customization, fine. But like the new commoner Lamborghini, you know, let's be real. The entry-level Lamborghini, other than the Urus being like pizza poo-poo, it's not real Lamborghini. You get what I'm saying? Nothing on that. Now you know for a fact that Forza's gonna have it, and they're gonna have customization. And you know for a fact that when Need for Speed finally comes back, Need for Speed's gonna wipe the floor with you. And then you're gonna somehow reintroduce the car and add customization to it? How are you gonna do that? Very, very missed opportunity there. But I guess maybe the idea was to get it out first. But then at the same rate, customization. Hello? Anyway, 280 is the damn same. Oh, man. What? Just everything shouldn't be the best. All right, we got to chill out. The acceleration is supposedly higher. What's the weight of this thing? 3,726 versus 2,460. Well, this is lighter. You're just not going to tell me that it's just... No. What's that in real numbers? 1.7 kg. I mean, to be fair, that's not ridiculously heavy for the V8, the twin turbo, and the hybrid system in there. Gonna be honest, this is the best Lamborghini from the updates. I don't think there's a question. That rear end as well, especially, looks so good. They did an amazing job with this car, and I've just never seen one since the Forza Horizon 3 podium that they had outside E3. And it's really, really disappointing. But it is absolutely such a fantastic car. I'm so glad they've added it to the game. Even if it doesn't have anything that I can do to it, I'm pretty happy with this one, to be fair. It feels it's really gripped up. Like, she is not going anywhere. Even with full upgrades, it is pretty locked in. Both of them kind of feel like this. Every Tower has a tendency to kind of lock in with the handling a little bit later on. They kind of play with it. They play around and mess around, and then they lock it in, and basically you get that for a good while until they decide to once again change it up. But they do it on like a car basis until the next game, which I think is fair. I think that's fine. Whoa, buddies! It feels good though. It feels solid. It feels like it should, because it is... It's a perfect car. It's fantastic. I am kind of still stuck on that idea. They're like, how are they going to reintroduce the car again with customization in the future? And they're not just going to add it later on, because we're not going to revisit the car. They're going to have to wait till a new version comes out. And they have always had crazy customization on Lamborghini. Like, what? I just can't... If this was a decision from Lamborghini, fine. But, like, if it was a decision from someone else, like... At Ivory Tower, they're like, let's get the car out first. This is a massive ball drop. You dropped the damn ball in a massive way. There's no way skirting around it. Let's be real here. So I hope for the sake of Ivory Tower that this was a decision on behalf of Lamborghini, and that Lamborghini will kind of loosen it as the car starts to come to fruition. Come out a little bit. You know, you need to actually get it out there. I've not seen the damn thing. Is it out? I don't know, but it's in the Crew now, which is pretty cool. But you're telling me the base model is going to have zero customization, but then they're going to bring out the version 2, you know, when they do the tech spec, Huracan something or other. And then all of a sudden it's going to have customization. That's a little weird. That's a little kooky. I don't know. The pack's fine. That's my opinion.